Good afternoon. Today is day 250. I like to start this press conference by addressing the elephant in the room. We are seeing a lack of enthusiasm for the coronavirus, and what this has resulted in are less and less people following the rules. Okay? I was in Westchester County, for example, yesterday in a supermarket, and I saw several individuals with the mask beneath their nose. It is not acceptable to decide when the pandemic is over. Okay? You don't get to decide that. Nobody gets to decide that. What we have to do is stay vigilant, and we have to continue practicing social distancing, continue wearing the masks, and continue to do everything in our power to slow down the infection. This is not a left or right issue. This is not a virus that affects conservatives only or liberals only. This is an issue that we're facing together as a country. And I remember it wasn't long ago in March when this first began. We all were in this together. We were all prepared to fight this together. Somewhere along the line, there has been a division, and this division is very dangerous, okay? Because it is planting the seed of wrong information and wrong knowledge in people's minds, so that they're deciding whether or not the virus is contagious, whether or not they'll be able to get it or spread it to other people, okay? You don't get to decide that. You have to comply, okay? That is what you have to do as a citizen of New York, as a citizen of this country, and as a citizen of the world. It's not an option. We don't get an option with this virus. Okay, so I want to be perfectly clear about that. And compliance and enforcement will become a focus very, very soon if we don't start seeing people really get in line and start practicing all the guidelines that were put into place to slow this down back in the spring. Now, this is a related issue, and I want to especially address this to the people living in the city of New York, okay? There is a problem when you smile at someone, when you laugh or show joy on your face, that you are inviting a social interaction. What we want to do is to discourage social interaction. We want to discourage people meeting one another, because that is how this spreads. So as of today, I'm working very closely with Mayor Bill de Blasio, and we are working on a $25 fine for smiling in the city of New York, okay? It will go up to $50 for the second offense, and it will increase by $25 thereon. Laughter will also incur a fine, because when you laugh, generally people want to know what you're laughing about, right? They ask you, what's so funny, right? And we don't want that. We want people to pass one another in the street, preferably head down, okay? There are more important things to focus on than one another, okay? This is about love and caring. And we don't want anyone to feel a temptation to engage, which is what laughter does. So laughter will cost $10 per second, okay? For instance, if you are heard laughing for 10 seconds, it's $100. This is serious, okay? And I want everyone to know that we're not going to be light on these fines and on this enforcement, because we need to slow this down. This is about our lives, okay? Now, the last issue I want to address is the issue of the looting. Okay. It has come to my attention that the looters are taking objects and items in abject darkness. They can't see because the lights are generally turned off at the time of the peaceful looting. And what this does is it forces people to grab items in the dark, and ultimately when they get home, they're finding that if they've grabbed, for instance, a pair of shoes, the shoes don't fit, they're the wrong size. A shirt is too small, or it's ill-fitting, it's too large. This is unacceptable, okay? When you loot, you're doing it for a cause. You have the right to wear garments that fit and that are comfortable. So from now on, if you have looted an item, particularly of clothing, and it doesn't fit, you have the right to return it, okay? Same goes for if you looted bedding. For example, I have a king-size bed at home, and I cannot use a twin-size comforter or a twin-size sheet because it'll be too small, right? It won't fit. This is also happening. We need to take action. So you also have the right to return bedding that does not fit your mattress, because this is about fairness, okay? This is about equality. We want to make sure that people are experiencing the highest quality of life, and that begins with objects that work for you, that help you in your life. A pair of sneakers that is 2 sizes too small, that's not going to do it, right? How are you expected to walk if your feet are hurting because your shoes are too small? So we want to make sure that this issue is addressed and done so as soon as possible. We're also working on getting the lights to be turned on for the looting. We want to make sure that people don't have to end up making all these returns because it's time consuming. And there's a lot more to do, a lot more to focus on with this coronavirus especially. So Jason, did you want to... Okay, all right, very good. We're going to wrap this up, and we're going to go out there and we're going to keep working. Thank you, New York.